Hi everyone, it's Kayla here with She Built Wealth. Thank you guys for joining me. Today we're going to dive into 5 reasons why moms stay broke and depressed, right? I'll tell you 3 reasons it is not. It's not because kids are expensive. It's not because jobs aren't paying. And it is not because we're not working hard enough, right? So let's dive into the 5 reasons I believe moms are still and always, or I believe why moms are broke and depressed. And FYI, I am a mom. If you don't know my story, you can go back and watch video 1. You will understand that I have some skin in the game when it comes down to what I'm speaking on. Number 1, we trust jobs and corporations more than we trust our own creativity, our own skills, and our own God-given talents, right? Everyone probably knows that mom that is really, really good at something, whether it's organizing or making things, or she's really good at giving advice. It's always that one thing that someone always comes to us for, that we don't get paid for, we don't advertise for, we're just damn good at it, right? And I'm betting that this woman in a few times in her life have asked somebody, hey, why don't you turn this into a business? Or, why don't you charge people for this? And we go into our little shell and we say, oh no, I just enjoy it. I just do it because I enjoy it. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I do believe we need to stop sitting on the sidelines and watching everybody else make money and make impact from their God-given talents, and being silly and believing that we are not supposed to do the same just because we are mothers and we're good people and we have big hearts. I want you to think about let's say you have this talent, this skill, this desire, right? And this desire, the path, if you followed the path that it was supposed to lead you on, you would be a millionaire, right? I want you to think about the amount of impact in your community, in your family, in yourself that you could make with that type of money. Just think about it. And so I want you to know that every time we choose not to go after what we are destined to do and destined to be, we are negatively affecting so many other lives. We were here for a purpose, and I promise you, 9 times out of 10, it's not to be a medical coder and biller. Those are placeholders. The jobs that many of us are holding right now are meant to teach us something, but it is not meant to be our stopping point. I need you to stop making the job that you are at your stopping point. I need you to stop making, and if you're, okay, and I'm going a little tangent. If you are a mother who job hops, not because you're not good at what you want, it's because you continually get unfulfilled very quickly with these jobs. Like if you start jobs and then 2 months later, you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. There's nothing wrong with you. It's because you're not walking in your calling. You're not walking in your passion. Yeah? Okay. So I'm gonna hop off that horse for a second and I'm gonna hop on to the next one, which is number 2. We view scarcity as a way of life and we treat burnout as a badge of honor. And then we call it mom life. Yeah. We believe that walking around in a t-shirt for 3 days would spit up on us, eating the scraps off of our kids' plates, not having any time for ourselves, not having any money for ourselves, right? We believe that is like a badge of honor, like, ooh, welcome to the club, girl. Let me tell you something. I don't want to be a part of that club anymore. And I don't think you do either. I think you tell yourself that that's just what it is. And it's not, but that is what we've made it as a collective. I am on my own personal mission that has been bestowed upon me to help change that narrative. We deserve to have housekeepers. We deserve to have cooks. We deserve to have laundry services. We deserve to have our cars serviced on a regular basis. So we are not walking around and driving around with bald tires and no engine fluid. I don't care if you're married or single. We all deserve every single one of those things that I just mentioned and more. We deserve to be able to take vacations more than a once or twice a year thing. Like, quarterly vacations need to be a regular. I want us all to get to the point where, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. Number 3, we believe that our children seeing us work hard helps build their character. No, it does not. And let me put it into a little perspective for you. If you grew up with a parent that worked really, really hard and worked 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and I want you to think about the negative impacts that had on you or has on you as an adult. And before you sit here and lie to yourself and say, it doesn't. I appreciate my mom so much for working those 2 jobs and me barely seeing her and having to be a latchkey kid where I had to let myself in and warm myself up, Pop-Tarts and Eggo waffles. Before you sit here and tell me that lie, I want you to be honest with yourself just for a second. And then I need you to realize that you being honest with yourself is not speaking bad about your mom. It is not tainting the sacrifices that she made or your parents made for you. I'm saying mom because that's who I'm speaking to. Dads have their place. I don't talk about dads here. I talk about mamas. But yeah, I want you to understand that it can be both. You can appreciate the sacrifices and you can also say that effed me up in ways. Because now you've grown up as an adult and you believe that it's okay for you to work 2.5 jobs just to keep food on the table. And you believe it's okay for you to run off for 4 hours of sleep. And you believe it's okay to for your birthday to be the only time of the year where you do anything nice for yourself. And you believe it's okay. I don't want to go on a tangent. I want to stay focused. You get my drift. It is not a badge of honor. That is not mom life. That is burnt out, stressed out, caretaker life. Can we choose to desire something different and go after it? I think we can. I think we should. I'm hoping we can do it together. The 4th thing is believing that doing it on our own makes what we do more meaningful. It does not. Every great movement may have started with just one person and their idea, but every great movement they eventually had to recruit and bring aboard more people to fulfill that destiny that they had or to fulfill that mission that they had. That is how any great movement is brought about and executed in community. We often tell ourselves we have to do it on our own because we don't have anyone there. But really what it is we don't know how to ask for help. Really. And we feel guilty when we ask for help. And I understand why. Most of our circles are made up of other burnt out, broke, depressed, single, or married moms. So yes, I understand why you feel guilty asking that mom who probably has a pile of laundry to come over and help you fold your laundry. But that is why I believe that broke piece of it is so big in this equation. Because if we had the funds, if we had the means to hire someone whose job it actually was to fold clothes or do laundry or housekeep, we could hire those people and we wouldn't feel guilty about it because we could leave them a big old fat tip, right? But we don't have the funds to do it. And we don't have the funds to do it because we haven't adopted the mindsets and the mindset shifts and the beliefs that we've needed to accomplish our financial goals so that we can then make our village. We can create a village for ourselves. Many of us were not born into a village. Many of you guys do not have a village, right? Or our village is just as burnt out as us. So I think keep going, Kayla. All right, number 5. We believe that more money equals more problems. Why do you believe that money will come to you when you believe that having more of it will cause more problems in your life? And I'm not saying more money does not equal problems. It just equals different problems. But I want you to ask yourself, what problems do you think that money would cause? And is dealing with those problems worth you having the resources and the options that you deserve and your children deserve to have in life? I would much rather have to worry about people repeatedly asking me for money, having their hand out. I would much rather deal with needing a CPA and paying taxes than having to send my children to Title I schools because of the area we live in, or having to ride around with bald tires because we got to save up a little bit from each paycheck just to afford to drive safely. I would much rather those issues than me not remembering what it feels like to have a massage. I would much rather those problems than the problems that come along with being a broken, depressed mother. And I'm gonna go off on a little tangent here. And if you haven't heard my story, if you haven't watched my previous videos, go back and watch them so that you can understand that what I am saying is coming from a place of lived, like I've lived these things. I'm not coming from a place of judgment. But what I will say is I do believe that our financial situations are extremely and intricately tied and intertwined with our mental health. Because if you think about a lot of the things that people tell you are good for your mental health, a lot of those things we cannot afford to do. We cannot afford good therapy. I've been with a therapist that is a paid therapist, and I've also been with a therapist that I was only able to go to because at the time I had state insurance. There is a difference in level of care. There truly is. People do not want to say that there is, but I'm telling you that there is. Yeah, so, oh goodness, my ADD just, I forgot what I was talking about. But y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Money does give us options. And as mothers, we need options. We need options. But like I was saying, I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I'm coming from a place of understanding. And I feel like some of us need a swift kick in the butt. We need another woman to tell us we are choosing a life that we are living. And we have the option to choose something else. And that is to not say it's going to be easy. But what I do believe could make it a lot better for you is community. Being around other women who are trying to build lives just as you are trying to build, that will encourage you, and they won't tell you that your grand idea to make $1 million in 6 months is crazy. I'm never going to tell a woman that trying to make $1 million in 6 months is crazy, or trying to make $1 million in a year is crazy. I'm not going to make you make up a plan B, right? Or tell you, oh, well, go update your resume just in case it does not work out. I'm going to help you strategize. How can we do this? While I cannot execute it for you, I can certainly help you create a plan. And that's what I'm doing in my community. She Can Build Wealth Book Club and Community. Right now we're on Facebook. We will be switching platforms. I don't know when, but it will be soon. Right now the membership is free. But there are so many, I see where the deficits are and why we are not going after what we want to go after. We don't have the skills, and we don't have the mindset. That is what I am building in this community. I am addressing the mindset and the skills and the community piece of it. We need that support from other women. So if you haven't, hop on over to Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, create like a little dummy Facebook. Make sure you at least have one picture and come join the community. You guys, I have so many fun and great things that I am planning for this community. And one big piece of it is because here I am talking to you about how we need more money to help our lives. Well, just joining my community will allow you to make money. Because I'm going to incorporate, or I have incorporated an affiliate program within this community. Ooh, I'm coming up on 15 minutes. I'm gonna stop yapping. It's going to help women make money by helping other women. So every time you refer a woman to our community, you get paid for it. And I'm not talking $5, $10. I'm talking $25, $30 just for recommending them to come into the community and them signing up. So I'm going to end here because I have already went over my 10 minutes greatly. If you haven't, go back and watch my first video so I can properly introduce you to where I've come from, so that you can understand I've been in your shoes, and all I want to do is take you by the hand and show you a different way so that we can be on this journey together. We can learn together. I don't know it all, which is why I want to be in the presence of you, because I can guarantee you know something that I don't. And that is how we all level up. God didn't place us on this earth for us to just be by ourselves and raise these children by ourselves. He put billions of us on this earth, and every day more are born, because we are interdependent beings. And I feel like once we start leaning into that and addressing that and accepting that and celebrating that, life will look so different for many of us. All right, guys, it was great talking to everyone. Bye.